makes DJ great again. We should have made. We should have been wearing hats that said "Make DJ Great Again." PJ makes DJ great again. There's your little sticker you can make. PJ makes DJ great again. The number's 252-228-5098. I want the callers to get in on this, and I'm going to ask you guys this question. If Steve Wilkes wins 3 more games, does that mean that Matt Rhule was the biggest fraud in the history of football? Maybe not history. Does it really just mean does it? I'm not ready to say. I would say this is part Rhule's team. He was instrumental in assembling this squad. He couldn't ever get the wins with them this year. Right. But so I'm not ready to say that this win alone. What would it take to be indisputable evidence to you guys that Matt Rhule was a fraud?
I've already got it.
So hard. Oh,
I think it's indisputable now.
So mean. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look, dude, I can get a box of Legos without a pattern or something like a map to draw to make whatever we make and make something amazing, But if you give somebody a box of Legos and they can't make something really cool, then they're just not good at what they do. And that's what Matt Rhule was. He was given a box of Legos and you can make some really cool shit with it, but he couldn't put a winning team together. And that's the difference.
And we always underachieved according to our talent. Wow. When you compare it to our talent. And by the way, I'm a firm believer that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were Matt Rhule picks. That Matt Rhule and Phil Snow were the ones that wanted these clowns to come in and be quarterback. And you know what? I'm gonna go like Greg here and put my tinfoil hat and go all conspiracy. I think Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are more healthier than they let on. And I think they're just like, nah.
Oh, I know with Sam. I know with Sam.
Absolutely.
Oh, I know that with Sam. I also know that this team, I think they've faked or embellished Sam's injury last year when they put him on IR.
So if let me ask you this, Tony, if Matt Rhule was still here, who do you think he's playing? PJ Walker or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
Absolutely. So to me, I don't need any more proof, man. Obviously,
I know. All right. Guys, fraud's such a hard word. I like how you guys are so confident.
PJ Walker was not going to be on this team if Sam Darnold and Matt Corral didn't get injured. He was going to be cut. He was not going to be on this team. Should have been.
Well, didn't he go to the practice squad and we brought him up after the injury?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he did.
No. We didn't have it. You don't have a practice squad until the set regular season starts.
Okay.
I like this comment. Marcus Butler says he didn't practice 2-minute offense. Obviously, so he's a fraud.
Oh,
yeah, he is a snake oil salesman, and that's what he did. He sold David Tepper a big shiny vat of snake oil. Well,
that's crazy. It's crazy that you can pull that off.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the whole world gets so baited into these things too. It's not like just Tepper. He had the whole football world. Look, the Giants were about to hire him. And it's not just he was interviewing with the Jets the year before. Man, it's crazy. Maybe we should be celebrating him as the greatest. Maybe they'll make a movie about him, a great heist in the future. You see somebody win. He stole $64 million in the middle of the night from David Tepper. Netflix special to come. The number's 252-228-5098. I got another good coaching comment after this call about the defense.
Hey guys, it was fun to watch. I wasn't expecting much going into this game.
I think we heard this one.
Obviously the big news out the week, I think it kind of helped.
The last call. Did we hear?
It sounded like it to me. I could be wrong, but that sounded
okay. All right. I'm prone to playing the same call twice. I gotta just move through them on my phone. Chuck in Elizabeth City.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City, aka Carolina Sports Guy. I tell you what, it's been down and out week. It's been tough, and I knew McCaffrey would probably be traded, and I understand what we got for him. I just hate the fact it was the freaking 40 faggots. I cannot stand that franchise and that fan base. But looking at today's game,
ouch.
I know a lot of P.J. Walker fans are going to be happy and all this. We need a quarterback. And I think we need a center. I like what Bozeman gave today, but I think that's two big positions of need on this team. I like where we're at on defense. I like the fact we're holding ground, guys, and it's a good win today. And it just goes to show you the way Tampa's struggling and the Saints, we play our cards right, rebuild this team right. We're just probably chasing Atlanta, and Atlanta's not that far ahead. We can rebuild quickly, and we got some good pieces in play. So let's just turn it over and make it competent. I was ready to get rid of Federer and get a new head coach. Still think we definitely need a new head coach, but maybe Federer can stay. But keep pounding, guys. This is an epitome of Panther football today.
Patrick Mahomes is really good in news. Clyde Edwards-Helaire just ran in a touchdown to take 21-13 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. And Christian McCaffrey's debut, not going to call him what Chuck came out there firing shots. When it comes to this team, I guess, look, is what I think he means. He brought up a good point about the stability of the team going forward in the next year. We're not a talentless, devoid roster. And one of the things I heard prior to today, because Bozeman started, so I think this messes up this quote, that we had the entire starting offensive line under contract. So you don't have to worry about adding. I mean, you want to add. You're going to add. You're going to add through the draft. But you're not in a position where you have to find an answer and create a new line. Basically, there's some continuity going into next season. So then adding a center, a guy who could be like one of those third-round guys who can turn into one of those premier centers in the league. That's where you get a premier center, is like in the third round, and they're great. You don't draft them in the first round, that's for sure.
CMC
can happen. What's that? What do you do?
Somebody put it in the chat. CMC was a cancer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, I will say this: it removed the crutch. It removed it because for so long we have been so dependent upon Christian McCaffrey to be the be-all end-all of our offense. Yeah, because now you're not dependent on one dude. You're not splitting so many reps, or you're not having to force feed him the football. But
you're also celebrating the fact that we just fed DJ again. You know what I'm saying? He had 10 targets today, and the next one was 3 to Terrence Marshall. So you're like, I mean, you can't like say, hey, overfeed one dude was a problem, but now I've been happy we're back to overfeeding DJ.
Because one of them produced more points than the other.
Yeah, and the problem is you could have done both. DJ could have still gotten 12 targets a game, and CMC played as many snaps as he did. I don't know why taking CMC away all of a sudden opened DJ up so much more, but he was always there.
It's kind of a conundrum too that sometimes I've heard people talk about this with number one wide receivers, that you go to them too much. And a lot of people would point to Cam's best season in 2015 was the year he didn't have Kelvin Benjamin. And the year before we had Kelvin Benjamin, and the year after I think we had Kelvin Benjamin. And it just like Cam seemed to like feel obligated to go to him. The game plan felt obligated to go to him. And some of these guys, some people I've heard that say that running quarter or more mobile quarterbacks thrive with receivers that don't need to be the singular focal point of the game, because the game's going to be more fluid because you're running around, you're doing different things. And some people have pointed to Lamar Jackson never having a number one in that case. So it's just kind of crazy. Having the greatest player sometimes funnels your game plan too much.
I hear you, and I think that there is truth to that. But I think Josh Allen, who is a very mobile quarterback, benefits very heavily from having Stephon Diggs.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah.
But he doesn't overgo. It's not like so. I mean, you always see other people getting involved in that.
Yeah,
in that passing game.
Yeah,
so that's the key.
He's also kind of a unicorn
on those must-have-it plays where you need a big-time player to make a big-time play. That's when it helps to have a game changer on your offense, a true number one wide receiver. I'm a firm believer that that is what DJ Moore is, and that he's going to have the type of career turnaround that, say, a DeAndre Hopkins did. Nobody thought DeAndre was tops until he had a top quarterback throwing him the football. Dude, I'm telling you, continue to build, continue to put talent on this team, and DJ Moore is going to continue to ascend.
You got to wonder, too, if it's got a little bit to do with the quarterback in the situation. Not always. Like, maybe some quarterbacks do better with a guy that they have that that rapport with. I mean, I think, look, Aaron Rodgers, you guys were just talking about how he looked cooked, and Green Bay lost to the Commanders today. But, like, when he had, what's his name, Adams, like, maybe he's just a player that does better when he's got a guy that he knows with. And then some other quarterbacks might thrive in situations where they don't have that. So, I mean, it's just, now Christian McCaffrey, though, was what if Kyle Shanahan, though, cracks the code? If anybody can crack the code of Christian McCaffrey, it's Kyle Shanahan. And I feel like this is that the other coordinators, we've just never been able to figure out just the perfect Christian, like the perfect amount of Christian. It's almost like if you guys cook, when you cook like Asian food, there's one of the ingredients is used is sesame oil, and it's like awesome. It does like something amazing to the food, but if you put too much in there, you are gonna just it could be 2 drops too much. It's like it's perfect until it's not. And almost like was Christian McCaffrey felt like that for so many coordinators we've had to this point.